Welcome back, everybody, to our Midwestern Dynasty, where we are about to play in the Big 12 championship game against the Kansas State University Wildcats. We are a perfect 12-0 and have only had one game decided by one score this season. We have the number 1 defense, the number 6 offense. Can we keep up our dominant play and win this Big 12 title game, or will Kansas State be able to pull off an upset win? They began the year 1-2, have since gone 8-1. They're 9-3 overall with the 35th best offense and 94th best defense. So not a very balanced team. They'll have to show some balance in this Big 12 title game if they want to lock up a playoff spot and also maybe even a first round bye. That's what's on the line in this Big 12 championship game. Kansas State getting us started with a play action fake. Jamar Whittlejohn, he's going to heave it down the field, going for it all on the very first play of the game, and he's denied. Deontay Bland does a beautiful job to avoid getting called for pass interference while still making a play on the ball. Littlejohn is going to be clobbered from behind by the Heisman hopeful Michael Edmonds, and that is going to be a drive killer. So Kansas State doing nothing on their first possession of the game. Sammy Thrash is going to call for a fair catch and make it on the Dr. Pepper logo right near midfield, where the Horned Owls offense will take the field. It's going to be a run up the middle. Von Clifton with a gain of 9. Didn't get a block there from Matt Davis. Could have picked up a whole lot more. Davis made a block. Up at the 35. Ham left side. Hits Marco Mines. He's brought down from behind, but not before another gain of 9. On second, it's short. Ham wants to make a throw again. He's going to pump fake. Throw to his right, and it's brought in by Jaden Berry at the 15 for a first down. Second and 7 from the 12. Ham scanning. He's got nobody open. Now he's under heavy pressure, and he can't get away. It's going to be a sack for Stephen Capps, and that is going to bring up third and long, where the Horned Owls would do nothing, but they are in field goal range on 4th and 13. So Jason Ops, he's going to attempt a 34-yard field goal and make it to get the Horned Owls on the board and give them an early 3-0 lead. Kansas State from their own 17, down by a field goal. They're going to run the ball and get a first down. Lorenzo Rochelle taking a huge hit at the end of the play, but he does hang on to the ball. A fake to Rochelle. It's a quarterback keeper. Jamar Whittlejohn up the middle has a big gain, and he's hammered down near midfield with a gain of 16. On second at 5, Rochelle is decked by Cortland Rahman. The ball comes out, and somehow Jamar Whittlejohn is going to end up on top of it, keeping Kansas State with possession. We'll see if they can do something on third down. Whittlejohn has nobody open, and he's going to run out of time. He'll be sacked by Kevin Campanaro. Just great coverage all around until it was too little too late for Kansas State to make something happen, and they'll have to find a way on 4th and 15. 3rd and 7 for Midwestern at their own 31, and Hammy's going to throw it at the feet of Jaden Berry. Incomplete. No chance to bring that one in. It's a quick possession out of the Horned Owls. The Wildcats on 3rd and short. It's going to be a hurdle on 3rd down by Rochelle, but he doesn't end up getting the first down. Thomas Smith makes the play. So the Horned Owls and the Wildcats trading 3 and outs. Nearing the end of the first quarter, Ham drifts to his left, throws back to his right, where Roberto Suarez will make the catch for a gain of 6, and that will end the first quarter in this Big 12 championship game. With it only being 3-0, not really what I was expecting. Expecting some more points to be put on the board with 2 pretty good offenses. At least I expected the Horned Owls to be able to score, and they have only put up 3 points on the board. They're moving the ball across midfield and have the ball at the 38, but Earl Helmy is a bit shaken up after that play, hurting his left leg. Clifton on 3rd and 3 is going to be met and brought down short of the first. And the Horned Owls, they could attempt a 52-yard field goal. They're going to pass on that and go for it. Dylan Washington has his momentum stopped, and he will not get the first down. It's going to be a turnover on downs. This Kansas State defense, they came to play. They want to win this Big 12 title game, but can their offense get going? It's a run on 1st and 10, and Paul Dahl was there ready for it. They'll make this stop. It'll be a loss of 2. 3rd and 5 for Kansas State. Whittlejohn again has nobody open, and he's going to throw the ball away. Instead of taking a sack, which would have been the 4th sack of the first half by this Horned Owls defense. Probably better to just throw it away. The Midwestern's offense can get going. They were able to take advantage of that short field. Other than that, they haven't done anything. Gain of 6 for Jamie Quinton. 3rd and 3. Going to be a give right side. Von Clifton has the first down and is brought down on first contact up at the 36. Still Von Clifton in the game. Haven't seen much of Earl Helm after he had that leg injury. Devin Gentry making a tough catch down the field for a gain of 11 and a first down. Gentry will head in motion on 1st and 10. Ham swinging it out right side. It's caught by Clifton, and he's going to juke his way inside for a first down at the 42 across midfield. Now Quinton head in motion, and he's going to help lead the way for Clifton. We'll get another first down on this drive. He's up to 58 yards on 8 runs. So he's doing a great job. It's not his fault that we only have 3 points on the board. Deion Washington will shrug off a defender and nearly get a first down. Midwestern would end up getting the first down on the very next play. We're now at the 19. Clifton is going to make his way to the 14, averaging 6.4 yards per carry in the early going. Getting late in the half. Clifton is dropped at the line of scrimmage, and Kansas State will use a timeout ahead of 4th and 2. Midwestern, they're going to pass on the short field goal. They'll go for it. It's a screen right side to Deion Washington, and he falls ahead to get the drive alive. Midwestern, they had the number advantage out there with the wide receiver, so they took advantage of that. Von Clifton down inside the 5 at the 4 with time ticking away in this first half, under 30 seconds to go in it. Clifton up the middle is met at the goal line, and he wins the battle. He's going to score his 11th touchdown of the season, putting the Horned Owls up by 2 scores as we end the first half. What a great drive to end the first half, a 17-play drive put together by the Horned Owls as they make this a 2-score lead. Nice to see Earl Helm back in the game. He'll pick up 7 yards on his 5th run of the day. Quinton in motion, a fake to Helm. Ham under pressure, throws it behind Quinton, who makes the spinning catch. I think Ham threw that purposely behind Quinton to help him make the catch and avoid contact right away, and that allowed Quinton to get the first down. Ham under pressure, he'll go down the field and hit Deion Washington. He is driven down inside the 30 of Kansas State. That is going to be a 38-yard reception for the senior wide receiver. 3rd and 10 at the 28. Ham out of a 5-wide look is putting this one up to the end zone. It's deflected and caught out of bounds by Kansas State. Nearly an interception. It looked like 2 guys were in the same area for the Horned Owls, so somebody ran the wrong route. And that is going to force a field goal attempt on 4th down. And Jason Ups, he's going to make the 45-yard field goal. And the Horned Owls will make this a 13-0 game. Kansas State on 3rd and 9 will try a draw, and LaMichael Edmonds, the Heisman hopeful, making another play, his 2nd TFL of the day, and that'll lead to a punt on 4th down. Midwestern already at midfield. A throw at the last second, caught by Clifton, and he's going to be pulled down by the arm with the ball in it, and he'll pick up 8 yards. 3rd down. Helm has a first down and a whole lot more. Inside the 20, inside the 10, stiff arming a defender, a nasty stiff arm as he's out of bounds at the 6. Earl Helm showing off the speed and the power, make it a goal to go. Clifton will take the rock and lose the rock. The ball gets punched out. It's still loose, and it looks like Kansas State eventually ends up with it. A turnover inside the 5. Not a great play by Von Clifton, as that gives Kansas State some momentum. And they're going to run the ball to get it away from their own end zone. Nice run by their backup running back, Tyrell Parmel. From their own 14, Rochelle is looking for room to run. He's got nowhere to go, though. Looks like it'll be a holding call on Kansas State, and that is going to move them right back inside their own 10 to the 7. So in the shadow of their own end zone again, Parmel is going to have some space on the left side. He'll fall ahead. Down at the 18, making it 3rd and manageable. Jamar Whittlejohn have an empty set on 3rd and 6. Fires deep over the middle, and he's intercepted. George Noddy with his 2nd pick of the year. He'll return it to the 25. It looked like he had eyes in the back of his head, turning around just in time to make the play. And that'll set the Horned Owls offense up in a great spot as they look to make this a 3-score lead. Earl Helm spinning by 2 defenders, breaking a couple of tackles. He's going to be rocked at the end of the run. He'll pick up 10 yards, though, on it. At the 13 on 1st down. Ham Looking to the end zone. He's got nobody open there, so he'll check it down to Washington, who's down inside the 10. And Titus Hardman, he's going to be called for holding. So wipe that play off the board. 2nd and 15 at the 18. Ham running at a time. He's going to fire right side over the head of Marco Mines. Not even close to being within catchable range. It's going to be a PI call on Kansas State, though, bailing us out. 3rd and 8 here at the 11 to begin the 4th quarter. Ham to the end zone. Another erratic throw way out of reach. Not even close to Devin Gentry, who was wide open in the end zone. So Jason opts out to try a 28-yard field goal. It's 2 for 2 on the day. Make him 2 for 3. He's going to choke and miss it. And this is going to remain a 13-0 game. Kansas State down by just 2 scores in the 4th quarter. Looking to pull off the upset win and win the Big 12 title and punch a ticket to the college football playoffs. Up at the 40 on 2nd down. It's a run. Carmel is going to be stopped in the backfield by Gordon Sheed. First man to get to him. He knifed his way into the backfield. 3rd and 5. Only a 4-man rush out of the Horned Owls. It'll be a quick throw left side. Caught by Ty Diablo. And he has a first down. Under 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Rochelle up the middle, shrugs off Deion Gage, has a first down and more. He'll go down at the Horned Owls 39. 3 pass catchers to the right of Whittle John on first down. He's going to fake a give to Rochelle. Throw over the middle, nearly throwing an interception. Deion Gage had to hit him right in the hands. Should have picked that one off. Whittle John, have an empty look. Is going to face a blitz. He'll be strip sacked. And he somehow gets back on top of the ball. How did he get that back? Thomas Mintz got the strip sack, but Kansas State, they get to keep possession. Facing 3rd and 25. The Wildcats will go with a screen. Rochelle has nowhere to run. A nice play by Deion Gage, and LaMichael Edmonds will bring up 4th and a mile. Kansas State getting a bit desperate. They're going to go for it. Down by 2 scores in the 4th quarter. Whittle John going deep right side. He fits it in to Ty Diablo. What a throw and catch. But that will not be enough for a first down. So a lucky break for the Horned Owls again, who give up a huge play on 4th and long. But it ends up working out for them. Jesse Am scrambling to his right. He's got a first down. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 42 with a gain of 12. Under 5 minutes to go in the 4th. A play action fake. Am looking long. He'll go deep. Underthrowing it, and he's going to be intercepted. Devon Acker with his first interception in his career, and it comes in a huge spot in this game. What a terrible throw by Ham. He had Marco Mines wide open, but now Kansas State, they have possession at midfield, down by 2 scores in this massive game. And if they can find a way to win, they'll be going to the college football playoffs and likely will have a first-round bye. Nobody open again for Kansas State, and that will lead to another Kevin Campanaro sack, his 2nd of the game. 3rd and long. Whittle John, deep right side, hits David Tron, who makes the catch. Despite some good coverage from Shaquem Short, that'll be a first down. Inside the red zone. Whittle John all day back there. He's going to go right side. He's intercepted again. Gordon Sheed with his first pick of the year. He's got 1 man to beat, and he runs right by Whittle John. This is going to be a pick 6 and will likely be the dagger. That is likely going to send the Horned Owls to the college football playoffs and give them a first-round bye, and they will be Big 12 champions unless Kansas State can pull off a miracle. Up by 19, the Horned Owls will go for 2. Earl Helm met and pulled ahead towards the goal line. He gets the ball across it. Barely, and the 2-point try is good, so it's 21-0. Meaning Kansas State, they need 3 touchdowns. Whittle John fires off the back of his own lineman, and the ball nearly gets intercepted by Santiago Martino. You can just feel the desperation out of Kansas State to throw down the field, popped him in the air, and almost intercepted again. And it looks like Kansas State is going to wave the white flag. They will punt it away, and they do get the ball back, but this game, it's over. The only thing Kansas State could do is try to score some points. They nearly give some more points to the Horned Owls. A sack right at the 1, they say. I think that was a safety, but they're going to give Kansas State a chance here to make something happen as they try to break the shutout up, but that's not going to happen. This is going to end in a shutout. The Horned Owls are going to win the Big 12 championship game in their first year in the Big 12, winning 21-0. With this win, Midwestern remains perfect on the season. They are 13-0. They have locked up a playoff spot and a first-round bye in the college football playoffs, giving them a good shot to make it back-to-back national championships. We got to talk about this defense first. They were the main reason that we won, outscoring Kansas State by themselves. They pitched another shutout, the second one this season, only allowed 115 total yards and 8 first downs. The defense, it was great, racking up 6.5 sacks, but you could argue that could have been better. We had just 2 takeaways in this game and had multiple chances to get more. We dropped quite a few interceptions, had a few fumbles that we were not able to get. So the defense, they were amazing, but could have been even better. The offense, it struggled in this one, only putting up 15 points and 283 yards. Rough day for Jesse Ham, who went 11 of 24, just a 45% completion percentage, and only had 118 passing yards and no touchdowns. He even threw a pick. But the defense and the run game were more than enough for us to get this W. Gordon Sheed was the player of the game, so he was the Big 12 championship game MVP. He won the National Defensive Player of the Week award. He did have a great game, 4 TFLs and that pick 6, his first pick of the year. He's been great in whatever role we have asked him to play, but he has been especially good as that slot corner that we send out there. A look at what happened in the other conference championship game matchups. Only one meaningful upset. Georgia Tech, they beat Miami to become champions of the ACC, but Miami, despite that, they made the college football playoffs anyway. They'll take on Notre Dame in that classic Catholics versus convicts rivalry game, and we will face the winner of that in the second round. Georgia Tech, they went 9-4, won the ACC championship game, only lost to playoff teams, except for an 8-4 Cal team. They lost to them by 3 points. But despite that, they miss out on the college football playoffs, and they will be losing their head coach after just 1 year. Alex Whitworth, our old defensive coordinator, did a great job at Georgia Tech, and he's going to make the jump after just 1 season heading off to Michigan. Bowling Green, they are 9-3, with all 3 of their losses coming by 6 points or less. They did not win the MAC, but they are ranked inside the top 25. Their head coach, Mitch Folk, we got to talk about his timeline. He went 4-32 at Georgia Southern as their head coach, got fired, went 15-2 as our offensive coordinator, left after 1 year, had the 9-3 year he just had at Bowling Green, and now he's going to make the leap to Maryland. What a career swing that is. UConn, they have Vinnie Moore as their head coach. He used to be our offensive coordinator. They went 7-6 last season, but just 5-7 this year, and actually lost their last 3 games and missed out on a bowl game altogether. We have some award winners to go over. We'll start with the head man himself, Reggie Hambrick. He has never won the Coach of the Year award until now. I don't know why he never won it in the past, but it makes sense now why he got it, because we are the only undefeated team in the country. The Broyles Award winner or Coordinator of the Year goes to Tim Roche, our offensive coordinator. I would have given it to Emmanuel Moon, our defensive coordinator, but at least one of those two got the award. The Best Defensive End award goes to Kevin Campanaro, who had some big expectations coming into this season, and he absolutely lived up to them, I would say. The best linebacker in the country, not much of a question here, Thomas Mintz. He should have won the Best Linebacker award multiple times in his career, but at least finally gets one here and now in his senior season. The Best Defensive Back award winner is Deontay Bland. He had a special season to go along with all the other special seasons we had on this team. Now, LaMichael Edmonds, he won multiple awards, but did he win the Heisman? Well, he won the Lombardi Award. He was named the best defensive player in the country. As for the Heisman, let's find out who won it. Dante Shaughnessy, the Georgia quarterback, ends up taking home the Heisman Trophy. LaMichael Edmonds, he finished in 3rd, behind Shaughnessy and Teamer. Now, I think LaMichael Edmonds should have got it. He had a great season, a special season for defensive tackle. Had a sack or a pick in every single game this year. 29 TFLs, 18.5 sacks, and 2 picks. That was not enough to win the Heisman Trophy as a defensive tackle. Crazy to me. Not that Dante Shaughnessy was bad, but we have seen other quarterbacks produce stat lines like this. He was a good year, but I don't think it was good enough to beat out that great of a year by a defensive tackle. Daquan Deemer, I would argue he should have won it over Shaughnessy. 27 total touchdowns this season as a wide receiver and 1,300 total yards. We have some new commits to go over. One of them is a kicker in Taylor Keaton, who could be redshirted next season, while Jason Epps is a senior. Keaton is a gem, so the depth trait should be good. The kick power is already there. He has to improve upon that accuracy, but he could do so while being redshirted next season. Trevor LaRue, a receiving back out of Wisconsin. The last receiving back we brought in out of Wisconsin was Darrell Leff, really special player for us. Now, Trevor LaRue, I don't know if he's that guy, but at worst, it looks like he'll be some solid depth for us. We did bring in a quarterback in this recruiting class. It is Trey Roth, a California kid. He's 6'3", so he's got the size. He's got a big arm, 93 throw power. The accuracy is there to all three levels of the field. He's even got good awareness and mobility for what will be a true freshman, and he's a gem. Jeff Duckett, big edge rusher who is 6'5", 264, another gem. He is an elite athlete with great strength. He's even got the power moves already. Jeff Duckett is a true gem and somebody that is going to be a great addition to this recruiting class. So we now have to figure out who we're going to be taking on in the Cotton Bowl, and that will be the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They have defeated the Miami Hurricanes in the first round, 33-27. We did play Notre Dame last year in the playoffs, winning that game. It was the Fiesta Bowl. We won 24-14. Notre Dame, their offense is putting up over 30 points per game. They have the 20th best scoring offense in the country. The main thing to know about their offense is that they have an elite quarterback in James Harris. We played him last year. We know he's a great player, and he has been on a run all year long, and really all of his career. He has been statistically the best quarterback in Notre Dame history. The only thing he has not done is win a national championship. Their defense, though, that has been even better than their offense. They are giving up just 17.5 points per game. They have the 8th best scoring defense in the country. You combine that with an elite quarterback and a good offense, this is going to be the most difficult game we have played all year long, or it should be, at least on paper going into it. It looks like it will be. Can we beat Notre Dame and start a run at a second straight national championship, or will Notre Dame get the better of us and end our season? We'll find out in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.